Now let us take a look at how to connect to the data set, right, using an API, REST API. What is REST API? It is an API implementation. It adds to the REST architectural constraints. Basically, the API acts as an interface. Okay, the communication between the client and the server happens over HTTP. You have something called client and server. For example, you have something like this is your client, or it could be your tablet or mobile phone or your desktop or laptop server, and you have the backend server, something like that. This is my backend server. So what I do is I send the HTTP request. I send the HTTP request using the API, REST API, and then the response will be sent by my REST API. See, the REST API, right? So this is the one. Will talk to my backend server. This is my backend server. Okay, this is my REST API. Okay, the request from your client or mobile phone, right? You are installed an app, and then you are sending a request via your REST API. This is the interface, and he is the one will take your HTTP request, and then he will talk to a server, and then he will get back to the response to your mobile phone. See, there are some companies, right? There are companies, what they do is they want to expose their data to the outside world, but their data are stored across different locations. Okay, for example, there is a manufacturing company, they have the plants across the locations, right? They manufacture different products. What they do is they expose their data to the outside world using an API. What they say is, hey, if you wanted to see whether, let's say you want to buy, we produce 100 products or 1000 products, 1000 different products, we are producing it across different plants, across locations. And if you wanted to know, in which location and what all the products are available currently, to know that, what I do is better, I will, instead of sending SMS or messages through WhatsApp, it's painful thing. What I do is I create an API, REST API, and then I expose my data via the API to the outside world. Let's say you are Walmart, right? Your customer, 10 different customers, they order 10 different products. So it go and check, use this API, and it sends the request. Hey, is this products are available or something? What is the status, or right? So you'll get back the information. Okay, based on which it will update the out of stock, the stock is available, something like that, right? So hope you understood what is API at the high level. REST API, they call it a REST API or EST. Okay, this stands for representational state transfer, representational state service, and it is also known as the RESTful web services. We also call the web services. See, using web service, we allow the customers to connect. See, the simple example is the Twitter. You install Twitter in your mobile. The data is stored in the Twitter server. All the data, right? You just see the tweets posted by a celebrity. You got tempted and you are trying to respond, right? When you send a request, right, it will send a result. Yeah, they posted successfully, something like that, right? You can see that, something like that. Using your mobile phone, you are connecting to the Twitter server using the API, REST API. So you don't have to be aware of the underlying logic of this one. Okay, so what we will do is, there is something called OData, and we will try to connect to that one. I still remember okay, I will do it here itself. I just go to the report canvas. I can do it there itself. Get data, and you have something called OData feed, REST API, right? So this is OData standard, Open Data Protocol. They call it Open Data Protocol. So I need to specify my web service name, the REST API. Right? The API name is nothing but web services. What I do is I just say https:/services.odata.org and /odata, and here odata.svc. For different web services, different URL will be there. Okay, different service link will be there. So in this case, I know this link very well by heart because I've been giving demo for many batches. You just click on it. With this API, I'm going to send a request to the server. So now it asks me whether you want to connect. Yes, connect it. Service.org, service.odata.org. Now it connects to the cloud. Okay, I just send the HTTP request using my web services, right? Using that web services, and here you can see these are the tables that are available on cloud, right? So what I do is I select whatever the files that I needed, tables, suppliers. One of the students, she attended a interview recently. They were asking the questions related to REST API. What is the REST API and all? You just tell them REST API is kind of an API. It is an interface. So we used to get the web services link. In the OData, we just specify the web service link and it will automatically connect to that. Okay, and just click on load. The data will get loaded here. It was not asking the direct connectivity mode, right? So in this case, in the case of REST API, it is importing the data. Yes, it got imported. Suppliers, that is the one, I remember it. All the tables got imported. Look here, when I click on the suppliers, I can see the data here. And what other things we imported it? Course calendar and students, person details. Look here, the person details. All these things got imported successfully. This is pretty simple, REST API, right? So if you have the URL, you just specify that, it will go and connect it, and it will display all the data that are available on their disparate source system. Okay, so whatever the tables we have seen it, right? That could be from different source systems. So what they did for all, like I explained you in the manufacturing unit, they have different plants across the location. They might be using different types of files. All the files appears to us as a single source system file. Actually, it would have got stored in different locations and different format also. Using REST API, they exposed everything as a unified source system for us. It made our life simple. Next, what we will do is we will explore how to connect to the web data. Okay, web data source. Click on the get data. Sometimes the data will be available on the website itself, web page. You may have to connect to the website and grab the data from their site directly. So we have something called, what I remember is https colon www.news18.com, something like Olympics medal tally, right? So this is the website URL. You need to specify the URL wherein you want to import the data. Directly you can go to the website using this connection mode, connect it there. You can grab the data from other websites also. Also you can go to Amazon somewhere, right? So you can go and if you want to gather, grab some data from Amazon website, you just go here www.amazon.in. So for example, I just wanted to see the clothing. I buy clothes more frequently. Mobile phones, if you are interested in seeing, importing the data from this one or something like that, right? Pocket friendly, fashion, under budget, or latest style, something like that. Okay. Track suits. Let's say you want to use track suits. In Python, we have something called beautiful soup. With that, you can do a lot of text processing and data cleaning, everything. Okay, along with something called regular expression. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it shows the tables that are available as part of this website. We want to import the tables that are part of that website and load it here. You're all set. Once you load the data or once you import the data into your Power BI desktop, then you're all set. You can create reports. I just go here, tables. Better if you download some tables, right? Import some tables. You can do some kind of analysis. The table should be available. This one will not be available. 1 second, let me just. You can right click on and view page source. You can see some table somewhere. If you want to do some kind of analysis with the one product to another product, let's say your management wants to see within a specific apparels, right? In apparels or in a specific electronics, for different models, what price they sell it. It shows tablet. Here you cannot see it. It is bit time taking process. What I will do is I just go here and select casual and formal jeans and trousers. I just select this one and I go back to my Power BI desktop. Sorry, it's here, right? Click on the get data and web page. In the next session, we will take a look at the data transformation part. That's very interesting one, how to clean the data, everything. Where is web here? If you cannot find it, right, you just type it here, web. Look here, web. Instead of spending more time in searching it, just specify this URL, click on OK. Amazon website. We're going to connect into website, Amazon website, and let's see if we are successful. No, it is not aligned with okay, it is saying something, right? While we establish a connection, to wait for some time. Okay, but the essence of it, you need to specify the URL, and if you find any table, that is very much helpful, right? So you can extract the information. If you want to do some kind of text analysis, text data is required. With table data, if you want to do something, right, the prices for different the different trousers or different jeans, you can compare it. You can do it. You want to do some kind of pricing analytics with your competitors, you can do it with this one. Let me see how far it is helpful. And the link which I gave it, yes, a lot of tables are there. Let us click on this. Preview is evaluating. Unbeatable track pants for men's and bloomer clothings. Look here, we can get the column, everything, right? So size and including the price, everything. You guys can do this analysis, right? So different brands are available: Kazalon, Eklon, and Dragflick, right? So different bloomer clothings, men's brief and Frenchies. So what you do is you do some kind of cleaning and use some visuals, and of all these different brands, which brand the price is less for a difference. Use some slicer and filter it, and you can do it, right? It's fantastic, right? Very interesting one. Yes, Shreyas, the URL link alone is that's what I did, isn't it? So you just give it a try, and if you get some table, it depends on you want to do some kind of review, customer feedback or something like that, then you need to use some HTML code, right? So display text, when you click on this, skip to main content, HTML code. So that requires a lot of text cleaning. Better you can start with the table data, and then you can import everything, and then what you do is use the bar chart or the clustered column chart, and plot it and check whichever columns are required, right? So here you have two different columns. Check with their data in their website, and then you can compare the prices and everything here. So here we don't have any detail here. You need to take a look at there. All right, it's pretty simple. Okay, when I click on load, it will get loaded here. All right, so this is how you can grab the data from other web pages also. If you are in the retail business, you may have to do price comparison. You need to do some kind of pricing analytics, that kind of up to date, right? What is today's price, and you want to do some kind of trend for the last 10 days for the same model of the jeans, how much price varied, and during any festival, or now Easter, right? Today Easter in US, right? Some offers will be there. In Easter festival, how much they have given the discount. Those things you can say it. How much sales they made it, we do not know, right? So, but we can do pricing analytics. If your price is more than your competitor price, obviously the customers will not come. Again, just because the customer is selling at the cheaper price, you cannot sell it blindly, because you know very well it should not shoot up your margin, right? Even if you want to sell it with the wafer thin margin, you need to do a lot of groundwork. Fine. In today's session, you learned about the different storage modes, and also we have covered the PBIDS file, and also we explored how to use an API to pull the data from in the cloud. The next one is web pages, how to connect to web pages. A lot of different sources are available. There are some sources we cannot access it. SSAS, it requires installation, configuration. It's painful thing. What we will do is next weekend we will directly get started with data transformation part. How to clean the data, how to merge the data. All those things we will explore it next week. All these things it is not required. Supposing you joined with a company, let's say you joined with Infosys. Infosys, they have some customer that are using Oracle database. Just click on the Oracle database, it will ask you the username, password, and direct query mode is supported with the Oracle. So the recommended provider is not installed. You continue with the current provider or it has been deprecated. It shows some error. The depends on your look here. It asks the server name, right? So import mode or direct query mode. If you specify the server name, it will connect there. That's all. You can choose either this or this. The default one is import, but here it shows the direct query. The volume of the data is very high, then you can go for direct query. Simple rule of thumb. That's it. And other thing is you have something called advanced options. Even the same thing is applicable for SQL Server. If you wanted to use the SQL query, if you know the SQL query, you can put the copy paste the SQL query directly here instead of going and selecting the tables and importing it one after another. Let's say in your SQL query, you are joining 5 or 10 tables, right? You put the SQL query here, click OK. For the output of the query will be shown in the data preview window and import it in your local system. Okay, or you can use direct query or import, right? Depends on your need. You choose it. If the volume of data is very high, if the query result set is very high, then you can go for direct query. Simply the query will be fired up on your source SQL Server database and the result set will be sent back to your Power BI desktop. That's it. And that data, the result set, you are going to store it here in local system. All right. So that also we'll take a look at it before we proceed with the data transformation using Power Query Editor. We'll spend quite a quality time in the transform data. Okay, Power Query Editor. All right. Any queries so far? Any questions? I'll upload this video. Okay, and I created the playlist. You can go and watch it there. So as and when the data gets loaded, you will get notification in the YouTube. And I would request you all to please join the session without fail, because watching 2 hours video, it's a overkill, right? But again, that's the reason why I store the nuggets, right? So